Madden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup lined up here between the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. They go play action here on first down. Finding time. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
And him running the football is not something the defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
The motion man here, Flainer. Ingram. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays. But I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation.
First down, Breeze. And he's got it over the middle. Flainer. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for him.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On second down, Ingram. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Breeze now on first down. And the tight end has it, Flainer. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive. Breeze going to go on 4th down. They go screen. This is Ingram. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go!
Now a play fake here on first down. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And a nice gain at 21 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Now Prescott got a man over the middle. It's Williams. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
Here's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. On 2nd down, Elliott. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Tackle made by Kenny Vaccaro.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows, so I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, what I'm seeing in this game so far, an offensive line that's establishing themselves well on the line of scrimmage, and they feel like they can keep pounding and pounding throughout this game in order to win.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop. They come out here in the eye. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he takes
Takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Mark Ingram taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints have taken the lead. Now the try here for the point after. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Out of the gun now on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep here, Marcus Murphy. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he is going to lose yard.
I'm tired of this in the kitchen. But how else am I gonna get it? 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 I put it in Javita. I got these bitches dripping. Was young, I wanted a Bentley. I promise I'm gonna. But what's am I gonna get it? I had a trip at the Vegas. Swimming around in Vegas. Mama, we finally made it. Walking with the racks, I'm a trap car. She a ride just like a car. The creeks in the backyard. Tell her how to put a white heart. I can take her on a date. Here's a chicken dinner. Put my wrist in the pot. I could make it drip. I'm tired of this in the kitchen. But how else am I gonna get it? How else am I gonna get it? How else am I gonna get it?
Still a long way to go in this draft, but if you can lock up a few key positions here in the first few picks, it's a great luxury to have. Instant impact right there. That's a big leap forward from what they had on the roster to begin with. Oh, this guy's a rare talent and a huge upgrade over what they had before. What to do here? Build up the interior of your line or get that skill player to add another weapon? So with a handful of starters already nailed down, you have to ask yourself, do you dare go for depth, or do you just try to cover as many areas of... This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front, or get yourself someone who could be a difference maker at a skill position? And these guys are going to get themselves a great player here, whether it's A, B, or C. Boy, you can't go wrong with anybody out of this group.
Babe, show me what you like. Hey, you're putting money, I can match it for ya. I'm in this all right.
These middle rounds are where your decisions can really impact your team. Because if you pass on certain positions, there's no guarantee you're going to see them again.
Practice it. I'm about to fully up the status. Walk up with the click and I ain't looking like the side in this. I'm the opposite cause I'm the main event in boxing and it has the time been ticking. I've been out here playing my position, I'm about to get it now.
And with time running short, you've got to hope some guys fall into your lap, or you could be left with some real holes on your roster.
Doing alright, doing alright.
And now is where you need to make these last picks count. Time to fill any holes you can before it's, well, not too tough to see into the thought process of that pick.
Hey, I'm only here for a minute. Bet you want a girl to keep it independent, and I know you gotta like a girl that's this appealing, get you caught up in the moment.
And I think that pick comes to the surprise of nobody. You had to figure they leaned that way if a player from that team became available.
Never tried no strong, so you won't have some stories to tell when you take it back. Let me tell them one time, Snowy always showed you what it's like. Leave you sleepy like the call the umpire. Get you out and get you rolling. Gotta go, I got a flight up in the morning.
And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. Options here on both sides of the football. It's pretty much of a coin flip if you ask me.
One day I'll be the love of my life, love of my life. But not tonight, though. He trying to catch me in my feelings, but he don't know that I'm the though. Shout out to my that can get it independent and ain't looking for no love though. But he don't know that I'm the though. He trying to stunt and give me drinks. I got the bottles in the section and I burn up the base.
I bet you thought that I would lay down and die. Whoa, no. Demon fangs spitting in my cup all night long. Wheel your tongue at my throne of power. Oh, no. I never for a second thought that I was dead. Oh, no. I never for a second let you into my head. Oh no. I'll take a bow and I'll show you how to survive. I bet you die, you were the love of my life. Oh no. I bet you thought that I would lay down and die. Whoa, no. I bet you thought that I would lose my mind. Oh no! I bet you thought that I'd give up.
Thank you, Larry. So the contest, I'm Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis ready to call the action. And let's get to it. Down to the field. It's time for kickoff. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Surveying the field. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. DeMarcus Ware in there to get him for a loss of 5. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. On second down, here's Breeze. He's got time. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Ware in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. On third and long, it's Breeze. He's got Evans. A good pickup there at 22. And now a first down following that long gain.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up. It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
So second and 10 here. Breeze again here on second and 10. And the tight end Olsen, right side. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And the coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it's a second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now the first carry for Doug Martin. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing now is Breeze. And he's got his man. It's Escobar. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Greg Olsen was the intended target. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And this seemingly endless drive continues. They'll run it. Here's Martin. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
On every snap, the defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Jason Witten, the intended target. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Breeze on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen for Forsett. It's a gain of 5 on the play. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down, and that's going to make it 4th down.
The screen was executed and completed, but where's the worry on the play? How many times is a quarterback going to get hit? Because offensive linemen have to do an acting job of making sure it looks like they're whipping on blocks. But you got to slow them down a little bit, because if you don't, that's a lot of big guys coming at your quarterback in a big, fast way. And boy, he can get hurt.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Jaguars.